أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد على مدي ومهديين وسلم تسليما كثيرا يا علي. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I pray you guys are all well and in a place most pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inshallah. Mola Ali Waaris. Today I'm going to talk to you about some of the proofs from Imam Ahmed al Hassan a.s. In fact, I'm going to talk to you about a proof that to me stands in a completely different category to all of the other proofs from Ahmed al Hassan. Now, those of us who follow Ahlul Bayt al-Islam know that the pain Zahra a.s. went through is in a completely different category. She not only saw the injustices that were done against her father by the disbelievers, but she also endured the death of the Prophet and what happened before he passed away and what happened after he passed away. I mean, she saw the right of her husband being stolen. She saw people usurping her rights, her inheritance. She saw her husband, the Imam of the time, being dragged through the streets with a rope around his neck. She saw people attack her house, burn the door where the Prophet, peace be upon him and his progeny, used to stand and give sermons. She was attacked. People came into her house, attacked her, beat her, so much so that her unborn child died. And because of these injuries, she passed away some weeks after. So we know that the emergence of the Mahdi al-Salam means that Zahra al-Islam will be avenged, and it's something that followers of Ahlul Bayt al-Islam pray for. And now the prayers are being answered because the emergence is very, very near. We know that with the emergence of the Yamani al-Islam, the emergence of Mahdi al-Islam is just around the corner. So I urge you all to take this very, very seriously. That's the whole point of this channel, is we want to propagate the message of the Yamani al-Islam and present the proofs. Like Brother Ali Safari, Brother Jimbazi24 said in his video, that there have been many weirdos who have claimed to be the Mahdi, and they've all been disproved, and it's all been a lie. They've never ticked the criteria of being the Mahdi al-Islam. So we have to think about it. No one in history has ever claimed to be the Yamani al-Islam except for Ahmed al Hassan. Then let's go one step further and think about this for a second, that no one has ever mentioned the will of the Prophet, peace be upon him and his progeny, except for the same person who says he's the Yamani, Ahmed al Hassan. So, and like Sister Caroline said in her video, he didn't come with a piece of paper saying this is the will. He actually came and said, look, this is the will that's in your books. So let's just think about this. No one has done these two things ever. And this other thing, no one has ever done either. No one in history has ever said where the location of the grave of Fatima a.s. is, except for Ahmed al Hassan. Yeah, no one has ever done that. No one in history has ever done this. No one has ever said they know the location of the grave of Sayyida Fatima a.s. except for Yamani. And the Yamani is the one who is sent from Mahdi a.s. And Ahmed al Hassan released a statement saying that he knows where the location of the grave of Zahra a.s. is, and it is Mahdi a.s. who has told him to send this out as a proof. So these three things no one has done in 1400 years. This by itself is a massive proof. It's a massive proof that if we choose to overlook this, then we are idiots. Seriously, if we choose to overlook this proof, then it's completely embarrassing. Ahmed al Hassan al-Islam has not only given us these proofs, but he's also challenged all of the world's scholars, saying that he challenges all of the world's scholars to come and debate him live on television. if these scholars accept this invitation, he challenges them live on television to come and debate him. Now these scholars can issue all the fatwas that they like, they can go and say whatever they like, but none of them have accepted this challenge. Why is that? If Ahmed al Hassan, if this call is not true, then what are they afraid of? Ask yourselves, why won't they come on television and debate Ahmed al Hassan if this call is not true? It doesn't make any sense, does it? So we have to really start taking this seriously. The location of the grave of Sayyida Zahra a.s. is a massive proof. Is the massive proof that Ahmed al Hassan is sent from the Mahdi a.s. No one in history has ever done that, and this knowledge lies with the Ahlul Bayt a.s. So Ahmed al Hassan is proving that he is from Ahlul Bayt a.s. by saying this. So this is something we cannot afford to take lightly. I will link the statement below so you guys can read this for yourself, but let me just say one thing. Do not take this lightly. Do not take this call lightly. Ahmed al Hassan a.s. has presented proof after proof after proof. People who have seen him in Basra have seen the miracles he has performed and have believed him because of that. They've been around him, they've seen his knowledge, they have debated him, they have spoken to him, they know that he is who he says he is, and through that the call began to spread all around the world. So he's here, and if you take this lightly, and if you turn away from this, and if you say that he isn't what he says he is without even looking into this call, without researching this day and night, then there's no point in even calling yourself a Muslim. What face are you going to take to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when on the day of judgment, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks you about this call and asks you why you didn't pay heed, what are you going to say? What I find really tragic is that people have relied so much on fallible scholars, fallible human beings to lead them to the truth. The books and everything is there. You know, all they're doing is reading from the books and making up their own interpretation and passing on information. You could so easily do that yourselves. You could so easily research into the matter yourselves. But what's happened to society? What has happened to people researching and looking into the matters of religion? It's come to a point in society where people work 9 to 5 all day long, chasing the dunya, chasing paper all day long, where they come in from work are absolutely shattered, too tired to open up a book, too tired to read anything. But they rely on the scholars. Why? Because they pay them khums. They go to the masjid, they go and speak to the scholars. Whatever issue it is about religion, they will go to the scholars and ask the scholars. You know, if the scholars say, if they stamp it with a halal fatwa, it's halal. If the scholars stamp it with a haram fatwa, it's haram. You know, they have taken everything that the scholars have said. They've done their taqleed. They have, you know, made their promises and kissed their hands and said, okay, that's fine. We will follow you. Whatever you say, we will follow. If something is you know, haram, but you stamp it as halal, you found a loophole, that's fine. If something is halal, but you say it's haram, we'll follow what you say. You know, so it's tragic. It's tragic. It's a tragic situation. But what's even more tragic is what face will these people take on the day of judgment if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asks them about the Yamani al-Islam? What will they say then? Oh, our scholars told us that don't believe in him, so we listened. The followers of Ahlul Bayt al-Islam, what are they going to say to Zahra a.s? Where Zahra asked them, did you hear that my son was here but you didn't follow him? What are they going to say? You know, so this is not a matter to be taken lightly. This is not a matter to be taken lightly or brushed off or left to other people to fix for you. If you believe in Ahlul Bayt al-Islam, if you call yourself a follower of Muhammad, peace be upon him and his progeny, if you call yourself a follower of Ali al-Islam, if you call yourself a Muslim, it is a duty upon you to look through this matter. It's a duty upon you, it's incumbent upon you to research this. That's the whole point of this channel, is we're telling you that, look, these are the proofs, this is what we've come across, and go research it for yourself. I haven't read for you the statement of Imam Ahmed al Hassan a.s. talking about the location of the grave of Zahra a.s. In fact, I said to you that I'd put the link to it below so you guys can read it yourself. So the whole point of this is to get you guys, tell you guys to research this yourself, research the matter yourself. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us all. Inshallah, Mola Ali Waaris. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad ala Mahdi wa Mahdi wa sallim tasliman kathira. Fi aman Allah.